How much will your crypto go up? That is the topic of today's video, and this will just be a nice quick tier list for you guys. I know you guys aren't interested too much in me going through in and out of each project and seeing exactly what every project is, so you guys can look at that in your own time. This will just be a quick video, me talking about how many multiples I think each of these cryptos can do. Obviously, some of these coins are going to differentiate between the last video because everyone's opinions change all the time in crypto day to day. We can only take it a day at a time. So without further ado, let's get into it. Number one is Floki Inu. I've talked about this in the last video. I think this is a solid 5x or less. I think the market cap is extremely high. It had its main run up last time. Although the community is still there, I think they have a lot of marketing value and backing behind it. I think it's still going to be in that 5x type of category. So I'm going to leave it straight there. Next up is Jupiter, which I think can easily do a 10x. It's been quite disappointing lately. I think Jupiter's still sitting around that $1.10 type of price range. I thought it would perform a lot better by now since it's kind of like infrastructure behind Solana and meme coin trading and everything like that. I think Jupiter's one of the best DEX kind of aggregators and everything like that, but it's been disappointing so far. I think things will change around, but I think it's still got a 10x in it, potentially 25x, but got to put it in that safe 10x category. Next up is a new coin that we haven't talked about before. Actually, I was planning on making a video on it, and this is, for me, is going to go into the 100x category. If you don't know what this is, you can look it up in your own time, guys. It is Envision Labs, which is a new kind of AI project that's on top of the base blockchain. It has a fully doxed team and everything like that. I think it's a really great project, very interesting to look at in. Actually, we'll have a quick look into it. So it's on the base blockchain. It's an AI project. The website looks great. The team's been completely doxed, right? And the reason why I think this can do 100x is because it is an extremely low market cap. It is less than 10 mil market cap currently, and they have a great team behind it, huge team behind it, and they've been fully doxed. So there's a lot of good things to like there. $9 million in market cap. I think this project and a project like this can easily reach $1 billion. So Envision for me is an 100x coin. Next up is Pepe. I'm going to be chucking Pepe into the 10x category. Yes, I know this is one of the highest market cap meme coins as of right now. It's a very, very high market cap, especially for a meme coin. But I still think this bull run has a very long way to go, and I think Pepe is one of the most guaranteed meme coin picks you can choose. I think this is pretty much, if you want to get into the meme coin game, I think Pepe is your best position to cement yourself that you're going to make some gains. Next up is Turbo, in which I'm going to chuck into the 25x category. Turbo, I believe, is still around that $700 million in market cap, and I think Turbo has the potential to go well into that, 15 billion kind of category, that type of money. I think it just has a great narrative behind it, huge backing of the community, one of those genuine community owned projects, and it's covering that half AI aspect in it, in the sense that it was generated by AI, the whole idea. So I think it still has it in it. Myro, I'm going to be putting into that 25x category as well. I think Myro is a little bit disappointing from where it's gone right now, because back before the bull run even started, before there was much interest in crypto, I still remember this. I was in these markets back then talking about it. It seemed to pump massively in March, and then it's just fallen off a cliff. There's no hype for it whatsoever. It's a dog coin on Solana, and as far as my knowledge goes with it, it's one of the co-owners of Solana's dogs or something along those lines. So I think it still has the potential to pump, especially if for some reason he decides to promote it. Do you know what I mean? The owner of Solana. So it could be one of those things that risk to reward ratio. It could even do a 50x in my opinion, but just to be safe, 25x, no worries. Next up is Dogwifhat, which I'm going to be also putting in that 10x category with Pepe. I think it's ultimately had its main gains and run its course like that, but I think it's still just going to rise with the market, and as the bull run keeps continuing, I think the amount of gains appropriate for it will be like a 10x. I think it'll reach that 30-40 billion market cap region. Next up is Sensay, which is a new AI coin project that I haven't really talked about here, and I'm going to be comfortably putting Sensay into the 50x category. Sensay is a great new AI project. The market cap right now is $44 million, and you're thinking, yeah, that might be high already. This is a $44 million market cap for something that's only on MEXC, and it's quite new to the space in general, right? Like the pump and the hype has only come recently. The reason being for the hype is because it's clearly a very professional website. They've got a team, the team's been doxed and everything like that, and there's a clear objective with their project. So a lot of people said it. See, there's the, doxed video for the founder of Sensay there and everything, so you guys can check it all out in your own time. I think it's comfortably got a potential of that 2-3 billion market cap region, so 50x suits it more than fine. Next up is apustaja, and I think Apu has the potential to do a I'm going to say 50x. I'm tossing up between 25 and 50x, but I think Apu, being that innocent version of Pepe the Frog and everything like that, I think it can really ride the coattails of the Pepe hype. And if Pepe just explodes to that, 80 to 100 billion market cap region, because it'll be probably the biggest meme this cycle, I think Apu's going to follow in its footsteps very easily. Next up is Litecoin, which I believe will do around about 10x. I think Litecoin's just always one of those OG cryptocurrencies that are always accepted everywhere. Whenever you see Bitcoin, you always see Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, XRP, all those kind of OG cryptos, and I think Litecoin goes in that category. So I think just for the sake of it being an OG crypto, I think it's going to pump, in that 5 to 10x category. I don't think it'll be less than 5x, so I'll put it in that 10x category. Next up is Basenji, which I believe also has 100x potential, and I'm not going to go into too much detail, but basically I think this has potential to be one of the biggest mascots for the base blockchain. This is just a personal opinion of mine. None of these are facts or anything like that. It's a family-friendly dog coin. It has great wordplay in the name. I think it's just got all the things pointing towards it doing really well, and it's only sitting at about a $30 or $40 million market cap, so I think it has a lot more potential in it. Next up is Gigachad, which I think, guys, has the potential to still go 50x. I'm going to say it nice, loud and proud. I know it sounds crazy. Gigachad has been one of my best and biggest calls on this channel so far. I talked about Gigachad when it was literally about that 20 million market cap region, and I was buying it before then, and I made a video about it when it started pumping because I saw the whole narrative behind it. I saw the whole manosphere, masculinity, kind of self-improvement field are going to be supporting this coin to a T, right? Because it's that whole tokenized values of being a man. It's the top echelon of being a man, and I think that simple community aspect behind it, that whole cult behind it, is going to push this to highs and highs people didn't think would happen. It's just been listed on Coinbase. It's on Kraken. It's probably going to get more tier 1 exchanges. I think there's just going to be so much money coming for Gigachad, and I think it's going to be one of the biggest memes on Solana, if not the biggest. So next up is Sui, which I know is quite a high market cap now. Sui has been pumping a lot recently, but I still think this has 25x potential in it, actually, now that more I think about it. I think this is just going to be one of those Solana coins of the bull run that really surprised people. There's been so much hype speaking about it. A lot of companies are getting into investing in Sui, and I just think its whole blockchain is super quick, scalable, low fees, everything like that. And I think it's definitely competing with Solana, giving it a run for its money. So Sui's up there for me. Next up as well is Aerodrome Finance. And I think this has, I'm going to say Aero has 50x potential. I might be overplaying it a bit here, guys, but let me walk you through my thesis on this. So basically, Aerodrome Finance is the liquidity provider on Base. So similar to your Uniswap for Ethereum, similar to your Radium for Solana, things like that, right? And I think there's just going to be so much onboarding people into Coinbase this time around. I think Base are going to push their blockchain massively. So many real world assets type of projects, AI projects are going to be built on top of Base. And I think this being the central liquidity provider for those Base blockchain swaps and everything like that, I think it can just be absolutely enormous. So if Coinbase decides to really amp up their marketing, onboarding so many people, Aero is going to absolutely explode. So next up is Popcat. this might be an unpopular one. I know I called Popcat on the channel a fair while ago when it was very, very low. I'm going to be putting Popcat into that 10x category, definitely closer to 25x than 5. But hear me out, guys. This is going to pump because it is the biggest cat meme on Solana. And I think that's what's going to drive it, people that want to buy cat coins. But I just don't think it has the same legs as Gigachad or any other dog coin, because I think people just in general like dogs better. And I think it's just going to pump simply because it's up there and it has that narrative already. So I think it's going to perform well. Might go to like 15 billion market cap, something like that, around that 10x category. But yeah, I can't see it like really performing crazily well. Next up is MPC, which I'm going to be putting into that 25x category. I think MPC has so much potential. It's one of those memes that everyone know, oh, you're an MPC, bro, and everything like that. It's quite a viral meme. I think I remember the tokenomics behind this MPC coin were kind of interesting, right? There's a whole NFT thing behind it and everything like that. It wasn't just kind of a BS project at all. And I think it can really do well. I think it's just going to come up with the market and everything like that. And I think it's going to do extremely well. Next up is Ponky, which I'm going to be putting into that, I'm going to say 25x potential, but I think it will do around that 10x. I think it's going to lose a lot of its hype. You know, I'm aware I'm going to make a lot of people upset with these videos and not putting everything into the 100x category. But I really do think this is just one of your standard meme coins, right? When I talk about meme coins, I do, in general, completely agree with Murad's thesis of something has to be a cult or something similar for it to stick around and push higher and higher, because I just don't see where the community is going to come for Ponky. Yes, at the end of the day, it's a degenerate monkey on Solana. It's a cool idea, right? But the general public doesn't really care. They're going to buy Pepe, Gigachad, Dogecoin, you know, these things that people resonate with, in my opinion. But we'll leave it there. I think it will come up with Solana and everything like that. Next up is SPX 6900, which I believe fits into that 50x category as well. I know Murad thinks SPX 6900 is going to be the biggest meme coin pretty much in history. He reckons over 100 billion, right? But I don't actually have the same thought process there, if I'm honest. I think it's great in terms of people that are really involved in crypto, people that understand stocks and all the jargon there. But I think just normal or normies, whatever you want to call it, general retail, don't really understand this coin or think it's that funny or that much of a meme. So for the side of it in crypto and people pumping things, I think it's going to pump massively, which is why it's still in the 50x category, still massive, right? But I just don't see it being as popular as the other memes I've talked about, like Pepe, Gigachad, etc. Next up is Synesis one, which I'm going to be putting into the 100x category, which is an AI crypto coin. If you guys are unaware, basically, you know, train AI and you earn money or you earn Synesis crypto. That's basically the general gist of it. It's a very low market cap at the moment, and I think it has potential to go into the billions because of that aspect. It's built on top of Solana, and there's not much AI project built on top of Solana, so it's unique. Next up is Sigma, which I'm going to be also putting in that 100x category because it's quite low at the moment. And I think with this new resurgence of Gigachad and the hype there, you know, getting on Coinbase and everything like that, I think that it is going to push these masculinity cryptos that I was talking about before, Sigma, Alpha, all those terms, right, that are associated with the male kind of self-improvement stuff. I think Sigma's a very low market cap at the moment. It has the potential for 100x. And I want to clarify one thing, guys. Just because something's in 100x doesn't mean it's going 100x or whatever. These are just my thoughts on the potential of these coins and where I can see it going from the current market cap. Next up is Ocada. Last video, this was in the 500x category, but now I'm going to have to put this into the 100x category. And the reason being is because obviously it's gone up in market cap, right? So it's not as realistic as before. But what I will say is though, guys, I really do think it still has 500x potential, but I'm going to say 100x is a lot more realistic. I think it depends how much things take off, but this is basically a coin that has an app on the App Store. It's very useful for onboarding people onto blockchain, simplifying blockchain for people. It's an AI agent that basically makes blockchain easier for people and everything like that. Learning about the market, learning how to copy trade, learning how to, the security of crypto and everything like that. So the AI agent is extremely useful, highly undervalued in my opinion. It's going to be inbuilt on the Solana mobile in the app store kind of thing, like the suite. Next up is Ethereum, and it hurts me to say I really like Ethereum. It was my first cryptocurrency I ever bought. I have a massive soft spot for Ethereum, but it hurts to say I think it's going to do 5x or less this bull run. You know, I hope I'm wrong, but if I'm just completely honest, I think Ethereum is just going to do a 5x or less. I can't see it going past that 20,000 US price. There's absolutely no way this bull run I see that happening. Hopefully it does. Hopefully I'm wrong, but yeah. Next up is Skibbity Toilet. Can't believe I'm saying that with a straight face. I'm going to be putting Skibbity Toilet into... I'm going to say 100x potential. Is it likely? No, it's not likely. However, it's gone through a massive drop recently, and I think when crypto truly takes off, like a huge euphoria bull market, I think a lot of people in that Gen Z or Alpha, whatever it may be, I forget what they're called, the younger generation, I think Skibbity Toilet is one of those huge cults. You know, it's one of the most massive YouTube series that's ever been created. I know it surprised me when I found that out as well. I've never heard of it until this year. And yeah, go look it up in your own time if you're interested. Next up is BNB, which I think is going to do a 5x or less personally. Again, I think BNB had its initial huge pump last bull run, put its name on the map, got absolutely enormous, and I think people are kind of done with buying into it in terms of an investment perspective. I think there's a lot that's going to do a lot better than that, and people know this. With that being said, I think it's one of the most useful cryptos, right? If you use Binance a lot, it helps you trade at lower fees or next to no fees with a lot of these coins and everything like that. So it's a heaps of utility associated with BNB. This is in no way, shape or form an attack on their coin or anything like that. It's great. Next up is Bitcoin. Obviously, that's going to be a 5x or less for obvious reasons this bull cycle. You know, I can't see Bitcoin going upwards of 500k this bull cycle. I mean, if it does, we're all laughing, but yeah. Next up is Strawberry AI, which I'm going to be putting into 50x. I think Strawberry AI, very similar to Ocada in the sense that of what it does in technology wise. It's a higher market cap than Ocada, which is simply why I'm saying it's going to do less X. And I think Ocada is just a better project in general, if I'm completely honest. But Strawberry AI, I like it. I like the idea of it. Next up is Billy, which I think can do a 50X because it is a really cute dog on Solana, simply for that. And it had this narrative, Billy to billions, right? And I think a lot of people can get on board it. It was released on Pump.fun. It's a fair launch. And I just have that vibe that Billy is going to pump. It's on a lot of exchanges already, and I think many exchanges are open to the idea of listing it, and people just want to buy cute dog coins. That's just how it's been since the time of crypto. Next up is Ondo Finance, and this is going to be a huge moon boy thing to say, but I think Ondo can do the realm of 50 to 100x, so I'm going to be putting 100x. Do I think it's likely? No, I do not think it's likely this cycle. But Ondo just gives me huge institutional grade type of corporate coin vibe. So it could perform into those multi-tens and billions this time around. And I think it might be one of those main movers in the crypto space and kind of revolutionizing crypto in general. I think it's one of those types of cryptos. So I'm going to be putting it in 100x. More realistically 50x, guys. But I think it just has that massive narrative behind it and Coinbase are backing it type of thing. So next up is Blub, which is a Sui meme coin, and since I think Sui can go 25x, this has to go 50 or more x. So I'm going to be putting it into 50x because these meme coins on top of these chains are essentially leveraged positions of the coin, right? So a Sui meme coin, if Sui goes up, the meme coins generally go up more, and likewise the same, if they go down, they go down more. So it's like a leverage position. Not much more to say. Sui meme coin, Blub 50x. Swag, I'm going to be putting this into the 10x category. I had this a lot higher before, I believe. I struggled to see where a higher influx of buyers are going to be really excited to buy Swag particularly, rather than Pepe, like I said, Gigachad, Sigma, things that people resonate with in the real world. So for me personally, I think it's going to lose steam, but it's still going to go up with the market. Like I said, all of these coins will. Casper, I'm going to be saying can do a 10x this bull run. I think it should be able to do more realistically, but I just have that feeling that it won't. I think people don't really care about the tech as much as they should, obviously. I think people just care about making money and getting into funny meme coins and everything like that. So Casper 10x comfortably, I think. Next up is Wojak. I'm going to be putting this into 25x. I've talked about this before. I think if they have the better photo and marketing, I think this could do a lot better. You know, if they had that standard white Wojak photo, I think this project could do a lot better, because I don't think people see this photo clearly in CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap when they're buying it, and it would have made a lot more sense for it to be the white photo. So I don't think people were even aware that this meme's called Wojak. It's not really a known thing, but yeah. Next up is Selfie Dog. For some reason, don't ask me why, guys, I think this can really do in these realms of multiples. I'm going to put 50x to stay a little bit modest. Selfie Dogs is one of those coins that people are going to support. You know, it's one of those, what is it? The Shiba Inu dogs, like Dogecoin and everything like that. People just absolutely love this dog. It became an icon, especially within crypto now after Dogecoin and Elon Musk. You know, people have seen this meme everywhere. I see it on Twitter, people posting Selfie Dogs. So I think it's going to do extremely well, in my opinion. Next is Lock In, which I'm going to be putting into 25x. It kind of falls under that same masculinity coin factor, right, with Sigma, Alpha, Gigachad, because it's about locking into the world and, you know, lock in and be a man, stuff like that. It can be attributed to a lot, and people know this meme of sitting up in the gamer chair and everything, so I'm going to be putting it 25x. Next up is Brett, which I think will do 10x. I think it's going to continue to run, especially if the base blockchain keeps pumping. Brett is going to pump massively. We already know this. I just don't think many people know what Brett is. I lost a bit of conviction in it personally. Like I said, it's going to continue with the market, so there you go. Mudang, 10x as well. I think it's more of a seasonal meme. I know it's a cute little hippo. People love it, everything like that. It's going to be listed on most exchanges, but I think it's just one of those things that are a bit too seasonal, and people get bored of quickly, move on to the next meme and everything like that. So that's a 10x for me. For me, same thing with Peanut the Squirrels. Exactly the same thing there. Betenza Tau, I'm going to say 25x because it is the main mover in AI. I know it's a very high market cap already, but if it's going to be the highest crypto, AI crypto, I think it can still go massive from here and reach that 100 billion market cap. Why not? I mean, there's a few coins that reached that last time, and they definitely weren't as good as Betenza is right now, so why not? Radium, I'm going to be putting it into that 10x category with Jupiter. It's the same similar type of coin. I think they're going to pump together and have that same type of pump. XRP, 500x or more. This is going to be used by the banks, guys. No, I'm kidding. I mean, that's all you hear on the internet, right? But I think realistically, 5x or less for XRP. You know, it doesn't need to be said too much. I think XRP, unless they actually are going to be used by all the banks, then I'll be completely wrong, and it will probably be that 500x even from here. Nah, I think XRP, this bull cycle, is going to continue to do well. There's one thing you can't knock about XRP, right? No matter how much you don't like it, and you know, I'm not a fan of it myself because I know there's not many multiples in it, but there's one thing you can't knock, and that's the whole XRP army or the community behind it. I mean, there's just a massive community, and they've been around for years and years and years, and they will not stop pushing XRP, so kudos to them. You know, fair enough, they're actually really good at what they do. Solana, I'm going to say is a 5x from here. It was a 10x in my previous video, but obviously it's gone up since then, and Solana's like about $200 something at the moment. Let me check. Yeah, so Solana's almost 230 US at the moment, and I think Solana's just going to go to that about $1,000 region this time around, so 5x seems more than fair enough now. Next up is the OG Dogecoin. So Dogecoin for me, sorry, I just had to double check what market cap Dogecoin is now, and it's already at 60 billion again, so I'm going to have to put it in 5x or less. You know, this is the OG crypto meme, the first meme coin ever. The community behind it's massive. Elon Musk loves it, everything. But anyway, yeah, 5x or less realistically. And last but not least, everyone's favorite coin, everyone and their mum's favorite coin, Cardano. I see this doing 500x or more easily. Anyway, we'll just put it down there. Yeah, that concludes the video for today. As you can see, I don't think any of these coins in the list, no matter how good they are going 500x or more. That sector is pretty much for micro, tiny micro caps. Say for example, Ocada, when I first called it and everything like that, sitting at the 500k market cap type of region. Let me know what you think about these coins down below. How much X you think these are going to do? Whatever ones I missed out on, just let me know in the comments down below, and I'll let you guys know my thoughts on them. There's going to be a lot of people that absolutely hate this list and think this coin's going 500x, which is more than fair enough. Let me know in the comments down below if you hate me. All good. I'll see you guys in the next video, and peace.